Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you again for joining us today. My name is CJ, and this is the DMV champ Brian, and welcome to the HOG-side. This is episode 4. I appreciate all my followers and new followers for joining us today. We got a lot to talk about, so just stay tuned, and we're going to get this party started. What's up, guys? Again, welcome to the HOG-side. This is the 4th episode. I'm CJ. This is my man, the DMV champ Brian. And again,
What's
this
good,
is just
people?
thank you, man. This is pretty much just the episode, in a podcast about the Washington football team, weekly updates, predictions, and recap of the last week. So, I mean, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Obviously, there's been a lot that's been going on so far. We're just gonna get started. We're gonna start off with our weekly updates, right?
hmm
Um, one of the biggest updates right now. Let me just go through the injury report. We have Kelvin Pierre Lewis. He is listed as questionable with a shoulder, limited practice today. We have Chase Young. His groin was re-aggravated during practice today.
Oh
He's listed as
man.
questionable. Ronald Darby listed as questionable with an illness. Didn't practice today. Antonio Gandy Golden. He's listed as questionable with a hamstring in practice. He didn't practice today. Isaiah Wright injured his shoulder inside of the week five game against the Giants, and he's listed as questionable right now and didn't practice today as well. Um, we have Logan Thomas. He has a neck injury, which is questionable right now. He did not show up at practice today. We have James Smith Williams, the defensive end, is questionable, and Sadiq Charles is doubtful. He suffered a dislocated kneecap in Sunday's loss against the Giants. It's a lot of injuries right now that's on the board. Just how do you feel so far about this injury list right now?
Next man up, baby. To be straight honest, I'm just being for
Yeah,
real.
no, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. Hey, look, I'm not
It's
mad at
next
it.
man. Nah, it's next man up right now. I didn't know about Pierre Lewis was hurt. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
the Chase Young might scare me. Like I said, that groin injury is no joke, dog. It's
Jim
no
Mike went
joke.
out.
No. What was I supposed to do?
Due to technical difficulties. But
No, my mic is on.
until we get Brian back for right now. So this it's just a lot of injuries that's been going on so far.
Can you hear me
So
now?
it's just hard to say exactly what it is. What's going to happen. With Locust Thomas being out, we have some backup guys. We have some
Can you hear
backup
me
guys
now?
right now. No, I can't hear you. You still
All
hold
right, hold on.
So yeah. So right now, yes, this it's been a little it's been a little crazy, and so how do you guys right now feel about the? Okay, so he does hear us both. Okay,
Can you hear me though?
yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, there we go. I don't know
All
what the
right,
hell
cool.
just happened, man.
Yeah, no problem, no problem, no problem. But again, these injuries. Um, we're not the only team that's suffering a massive amount of injuries. You know, it's so the whole NFC East right now with their players is suffering a mass amount of injuries. You know, where no team right now in the NFC East can afford to, you know, be dealing with, you know, a mass amount of injuries like we have. And these are not just injuries with, you know, the bench formers or things like that. These are our actual starters, you know, and things like that. I mean, I, I mean, look, right now this list is questionable. They didn't practice today. You know, you still have 2 more days of practice. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
tomorrow, if they don't practice tomorrow, they're not playing. You know how the game goes. If they don't practice after tomorrow, they're not playing. They're not suiting up.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, we'll definitely be giving you guys updates and details based on, you know, how the injury's going. Just make sure that you guys pay attention to us on Facebook at the HOG-side. If you guys haven't followed us yet, please make sure you follow. If you guys are not on Facebook and on Twitter, you can follow us at the HOG-side. You can see it down there on the daily ticker at the bottom. So yeah, we're going to pretty much move on to the next segment, which is the Hog Stars. Again, if you guys don't know what the Hog Stars is, it's pretty much we choose a player that stood out in the last week's game. And you know, B, give it to me straight.
You see me? I'm thinking right now, man. I'm over here like,
Give it to me
ah.
straight, bro. Give it to me straight. Who's your Hog Star for the week?
I know this about to sound. I got a couple. Matter of fact, I got a couple. I'm gonna be honest with you. That O line deserves to get a Hawk Stars. The whole O line. And the reason why I'm saying that they actually gave Kyle Allen some time to throw the ball. It was times he had the ball holding his hand for more than 3 seconds.
Well, you know, because we also had Sadiq Charles in at a point in time,
Yeah, but he only
and
played what 1 or 2 snaps.
yeah, but you know, we also had they
Sheriff
switch up.
back.
Yeah, Sheriff is back, and they switch West over to the left side, which was a major improvement. You know, on Switzer. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that whole switch up did some justice on the offensive line.
I hope they
And
keep that same rotation until the see. Let's see if they can build off of that.
yeah, yeah. My hawk star that I'm gonna throw out is again, you know, I until until he shows me otherwise that he doesn't deserve to be the hawk star, I'm keep on calling his name, and that's Kendall Fuller. I mean, you
Oh,
know,
hey, bro, he better be all pro or Pro Bowl this year, dog.
um,
Hands down.
there's a lot of people right now that's saying that catch wasn't an actual interception, but if you look at it,
Oh
if you
no, he
really
caught
look
that jump.
closely, you
He
know
caught it.
that was actually a very good job on Kendall Fuller on bringing that ball in for the interception. So he's definitely my hog star, you know, and I like him. I see him in the Pro Bowl. I see him being, you know, top ten defensive back in the league at the end of the
He's
season.
he's already, bruh, 4 picks in 3 games, bruh. That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah,
That's
definitely.
impressive.
So, anybody else you want to throw out there? You know, you said the offensive
Uh,
line,
I'm gonna have to go with your man this time, yeah. I'm
the
gonna have to go
pain,
with your. Uh huh.
the
Nah,
pain.
not Payne. Nah, not
Okay.
Payne. Eamon, the receiver, number 80.
Oh,
Eamon.
Dontrell Inman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. At first, when he had that one game with the 2 interceptions, I was like,
Hmm.
I need to see more. But
Yeah.
then, when I watched him play this week and he looked healthy and everything, he made some critical catches. So
Yeah.
I give him a hog
Yeah.
star.
All right. All right. So, you know, that's our Hawk Stars for today, and we're gonna move on to the next segment, which is something that we're gonna have to talk about a lot, and that is the Week 6 recap against the Giants. You know, I gotta bring it up. I gotta bring it
I
up.
forgot
So
about that for 10 seconds.
yeah, you know, I gotta bring it up. You know, so
All right.
um, I'm just going to flat out say it. This game wasn't, the best game ever. It was just some things that I liked, some things that I didn't like. Um, I mean, here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. The way I see it is that at some point in time you got to ask yourself, you know, how good is Kyle Allen? Kyle Allen, threw 31 times, 31 out of 42, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Um, Daniel Jones was 12 for 19, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The difference between this game is that they got the running game going, and Daniel Jones Daniel Jones ran
Who got the
seven
running game
times.
going? Us or them?
The Giants got the
Oh,
running game going, and that was the downfall on everything. Daniel Jones rushed 7 times and got 74 yards, so he averaged 10 yards a carry, and that just isn't good. I mean, if it's like Kyler Murray, I give him that, but this is Daniel Jones we're talking about.
yeah, but he was doing that last year, bruh.
I
If you
mean,
forgot his rookie season, he was doing the
I mean,
same thing to
sure.
everybody, man.
I
He'll
mean,
pull
sure.
off and
It's
run.
it's it's just I don't at all think that that was the best thing. They just didn't do anything to contain Daniel Jones, and that the defense just had to get better with that. Not just the front seven, but there was times where just the whole defense as a whole company, didn't really compete at times, and things will happen. Once you get past the defensive line, that is up to the next man, the next line up, which is
Yes,
the
sir.
linebackers and the safeties. And if it wasn't for Jimmy Moreland, his fast feet, stopping Daniel Jones on that run would have been a touchdown. And in this whole time, me keep looking at the replays. It's like, how fast is Daniel Jones? Is he just fast, or is that these guys are slow? Are they exhausted? What's going on?
I
Because
tell you, I tell you this, bruh. I would have a nice little conversation with Landon Collins' ass, and I would have told him, "You let a quarterback outrun you, bruh. I think you need to sit down."
yeah, yeah,
It's
and
we.
I
First of
mean,
all,
just
the angle was poor. He once again he was on a bad angle, and then Daniel Jones took off from him, and he was running hard. You can see him running hard. Even he was tired or he was gassed out from the previous couple of plays. I don't know, but dude, that is embarrassing. And we paying you that much money, dude, to play strong safety.
yeah,
Oh my gosh! If that was mad, I would have hit stick him, son. Like you
yeah.
not gonna
I mean,
disrespect me like that, yeah?
it was very smart. It was very smart on the Giants to run a lot of the read option. It wasn't expected. Nobody expected them to run the read option as much as they did with Daniel Jones. That was a smart game plan, and it was just hard to contain because nobody really expect Daniel Jones to keep on running with the read option, and he just taking off like that. But moving on again with this game, you have the Washington football team only had 86 yards in rushing, 24 carries, only averaging 3.6 yards a carry throughout the whole rushing company. And it's not. I mean, obviously you see that it's just not good. Obviously, at some point he stopped running the ball. I don't want to put it all on the running backs. I just think that like I said, once you are down at a certain point in time with a certain amount of points, Scott Turner has a tendency right now to try to play catch up, and the game plan is switched over. And I get that at times, when you see that clock running down so fast, because the clock can get away from you at some point in time. That clock can't get away from you. But just keep running the ball. Keep running the ball. Get those defensive linemen and linebackers tired. And this is going to be the key to the next week's game. But we're going to talk a little bit about the keys of next week's game. Later on in the show today. But the receiving, Terry McLaurin didn't get a touchdown, but he had 7 receptions for 7 yards, averaging 10.6 yards reception. Dontrell Inman, 5 receptions for 45 yards. 9 yards, 9 yards of reception. J.D. McKissick, Logan Thomas, Isaiah Wright, and the list goes on. Just a total about 9 or 10 receivers that Kyle Allen got the ball to, and this is what we like to see. 280 yards. 280 yards in rushing, but then you gotta ask yourself, is that good enough? And honestly, right now, it's not good enough.
All right. Me personally, last week's game was a toss-up game, just like we predicted.
Oh yeah.
Me and you also been screaming. I've been screaming this ever since I came on this podcast with you, bro. This is another mistake Ron has made.
What was the mistake?
Dog, we don't have a RB1. I've been screaming this
we
since.
don't. Yeah,
I've been screaming this since week 2.
And see, and this is actually where, the saying goes, just like we don't have a running back one, and just right now, the question lies is, are you going to eventually groom Antonio Gibson to be RB1, or will you go out into the off season, or possibly this season right now? The trade deadline is about to end. It's coming up on week 7. And the trade deadline is week 8. So now, right now, you got 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks to make some type of trades. The question is, Ron, will you make the trades, or, yeah. But moving on, one thing that I really want to discuss is this two point conversion
Yes,
thing.
sir. How do
I
you
really
personally feel about it?
So how I personally feel about it. This is how I personally feel about it. I'm not mad at the decision.
Me
I'm not mad.
either.
I'm not mad at the decision at all.
No.
And there are a lot of fans who was very upset of the decision and said it was the dumb decision. You always take the tie, and there are people who's gonna feel like, oh, just go overtime and trust in your defense. Yeah, I get that. Whatever, but but then you have on the other side of the coin where let's say if you do kick the field goal and you go overtime, and then now all of a sudden both sides of the ball don't score at all, multiple drives, overtime is over. Now you're tied. Now you're in the same situation as Philly. Do you really want to put yourself through that? No. It's, I know ties are better than losses,
Hell
but
no. I'd rather lose.
exactly, and
I'm
that's
gonna
how
keep
I
it a
feel.
stack with you. I'd rather
Yeah,
lose.
I honestly, I rather see that the effort is given, to lose a game rather than just not put in the effort to win a game at all.
All right, let me follow what you were saying, bro. One, I 100% agree with you. I'm not mad at Ron about going forward for the 2 point. It was go hard. He had the mentality of I'm going to win this game. I'm trying to take this game now because we right now. If he would have, if really the call is on point, the execution of the play was just horrible due to the quarterback play. Everybody's go back. You go back and watch it. And I'm like, dude, you was the same reckless dude a couple of weeks ago who ran and got a concussion trying to get a
Yeah.
first down. Now
So
you don't want to run to punch the joint in the end zone. You want to stop and have a brain fart in the middle of a 2 point
yeah,
conversion to win the game.
and what's crazy is if people go back and look at that play, and if you guys have NFL Game Pass, you can go inside of the NFL Game Pass, and they'll allow you to look at the game film. So the 2 point conversion happens, and if you look at Antonio Gibson, there was a no call, but there was a illegal touching, not illegal touching, but there was I don't it's not pass interference. I actually forgot what the actual penalty is called. But illegal contact. There was an illegal contact. That wasn't called. And Antonio Gibson failed, and that's where Kyle Allen was looking at. He didn't. I don't think he actually saw Terry McLaurin until late. But here's the question: is why didn't you just run it in? You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
I'm just saying.
And this is where I go. Where hey, last week, you sat there and you risked your body and you got injured.
For a first
So
down.
yeah, for a first down, this is the game to win. You froze and you failed the test.
Yep. Now let me
You
ask you a quick
froze
question
and you
before
failed the
you move on.
test.
Let me ask you
Hmm.
another question before you move to the next segment. From us watching this game, and also the fans that's watching right now, all you Redskin fans right now that's watching, tell me right now from eye testing and seeing, do you feel like Kyle Allen did a good enough job to keep his job?
Um, I'm 50-50 on it, you
Or
know,
do you think
and
the offense played better with him? Or does it even
honestly,
look the same?
I mean, here's my thing, and here's what I've been saying once they benched Dwayne Haskins. You know, I said, hey, you know, let's see, you know, what's the difference with Kyle Allen, and right now, you don't see no difference. You know, you don't really see a difference. But then you have to sit and look at it, and you know, you see where this kid can produce it. But you know, then when it, you know, obviously when you see when it comes to winning the big games, you know, he, well, just this game alone, you know, you can see that he choked. You know, and it was bad. It really made me upset because like he didn't just like give up. You know, like he had everybody saying he didn't have no angle. Jabril Peppers was there, and I'm like,
Dog, he could
Kyle,
have got that, dog.
listen. People underestimate Kyle Allen's speed. Nobody, people keep forgetting how
It
fast Kyle
wasn't the
Allen is.
speed. If he would have got hit, all he had to do was put
Yeah,
his
I
weight and
understand.
lean
Yeah,
forward, bruh.
I understand that. You know, but Kyle Allen has some feet on him. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and people who seen that last week, I mean, the week previously, see that Kyle Allen has actually got some burners on him. So you know,
I'm not
and
gonna say all that. I just say he got some lower wheels. He
I'm
got
just
some
saying
skirt. He got a little skirt skirt.
for
He
a
got a little
quarterback,
skirt skirt.
yeah, you know, for a quarterback of his stature, he has some pull away speed.
Yeah.
You know, just like Daniel Jones, he has some pull away speed as well. You know, so you know, I just feel like, but what he do? He held the ball and backpedaled. It's like, why are you backpedaling?
Because he
Why
was
are you
trying to make
backpedaling?
that throw. He was waiting to see if somebody coming across that
No,
throw to
you
save
said
him and bail him out.
you seen Jabril Peppers and you folded. You said
Yep.
nope, not today. And
No
listen,
concussion.
yeah, listen. You know when he did that, what brought me in the mind was Blaine Gabbert in that Jacksonville game where he was with Jacksonville and how he like totally flopped when he thought the linebacker was there. It was just crazy. It was just crazy, you know. But you know, like I said, to the fans out there that is watching, you know, I hope you guys are watching, but I'm going to keep saying this, you know, if Ron Rivera really did trusted that offense to get the 2 point, and you know,
He
he
gambled
failed.
and failed. That's all. It
Yeah,
just
you know,
gambled and
yeah.
failed.
I'm not mad at it, you know, and
Because if he would have
I
got
hope
it,
they take
everybody
more
would have
chances.
thought he
But
was a genius.
exactly, everybody would have thought he was genius. Everybody would have said, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, Ron Rivera, he's the savior. He knows how to call plays. You know, so listen, that's how I felt about that game. That game was very upsetting, you know, and you know, Kyle Allen just have to redeem himself, you know. So if
This is a guy that's been in your offense for 3 years, and I still didn't see a drastic difference, bro. That's just my personal opinion.
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You know, another thing that, you know, Kyle Allen, you know, saying is that, you know, the being with Alex Smith has helped him a lot. And, you know, of course, you know, like I said, you know, it'd be great for any young quarterback to, you know, actually sit behind Alex Smith and actually learn. So I just hope that he gets better. I hope that he takes this opportunity in another division game to rally up and not fold afterwards, you know.
Oh,
So
if he loses this game, if Cal Allen loses this game, you sit him down too. It's next man up, and it's gonna go
yeah,
to Alex then.
yeah,
Because the way they carrying it, they're not trying to let Dwayne back in the game, man. And like I said, me personally, I would have told Alex, huh, here's the rest of your money, man.
yeah.
Thank you, brother.
And you
I
know,
don't want him to
and
play either.
right now the other guy other than Alex Smith is also Steven Montez. You know,
Oh yeah, off the practice squad. I'd like to see him play then. Heck
yeah.
with it.
You know, he's been taking a few snaps in practices. You know, throughout the week and last week before the Giants game. And you know, he had a little spotlight glimpse, things like that, but nothing to be, you know, on the wow factor about, you know.
Uh huh.
But I like this kid. He's mobile. He, you know, he has a bit of an arm. But I guess we'll see. But we want to move on to the next segment. This is one of my favorite segments right now.
What's
Is
that?
Riverboat Hot
Yes,
Seat
sir.
or Turner? Here's the thing. I don't think Ron Rivera is on the hot seat. Me personally, despite how some people might see that, you know, his message isn't clear. But I wouldn't say Ron Rivera right now is on the hot seat. If I would want to put anybody on the hot seat right now, it's Scott Turner. I mean, I get that this is year one and everything. This is your first time of being offensive coordinator, but I mean, you have to put your offense in a better position to win. You can't keep doing these check downs. These check downs is not really generating yards unless Terry McLaurin just breaks one for 50 yards, and right now it's just not likely for that to happen. So, what do you feel? What do you feel about it right now?
They both in the hot seat. If they don't, if they, I'm just being blatantly honest with you. To me, they're both in the hot seat. If you can't beat Dallas this week, and which I, for some odd reason, I don't know. Like, this is another game. I'm honestly like, we win, we lose, we lose. They both in the hot seat for me, and this is why. One, the like I said, me and you done stated this back on a couple last episodes. Ron's made piss poor decisions, man. Just very bad piss poor decisions. And
Yeah.
then
Okay.
and then I just seen this today. I seen this today. A homie of mine sent me this, and I sent it to you as well. They went back and watched the game and reevaluated Scott Turner's offense. Dude, they done beated that dude Scott Turner up so bad. They was like, dog, don't wonder they was like, no wonder the quarterback can't even function in that scheme. His scheme had all the wide receivers running close to each other, leaving no separation for the receivers. So the quarterback is
The
holding the
bunch,
ball
yeah, the bunch
and
package.
yeah, like they just doing all that, and then they were just like it was Dan Orlovsky and another analyst. They sat down there and broke down Scott Turner's game plan. His offense, and they were just like it was horrible. They laughed at it. It's too basic. It's too simple. He's not constructing it right. And then it's like this is another thing. And I was saying this, and to the fans that was watching last week, y'all heard me screaming this. We messed up again. We let McVay leave the building, Kyle Shanahan leave the building, and O'Donnell leave the building.
Well, I mean, here's the
Dog, we
thing.
keep letting Bama's out the building, bro. That dog, Scott Turner is 1-9, bro, as an offensive coordinator.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
He's
And trust me,
hot
I'm not.
garbage. He's
Listen.
garbage,
I mean, listen. I'm not at all disagreeing with you. But this is how I feel. Is we seen Sean McVay upgrade from a tight ends coach to an offensive coordinator. Some are not able to catch on as fast as others. So like I said, I'm still as bad as I want to like really like critique this season as hard as I want to, as much as I do other seasons. But I'm looking at this right now as year one, COVID-19, lack of preparation, things like that. So,
bruh.
it's and it's just a lot of things that is happening now that I would have been like furious with the regular season. But we didn't have OTAs. We didn't the players wasn't able to enter the facility until like midsummer.
Yeah,
So
dog, training camp. Yeah,
yeah, so it's one of those things. It's one of those things we kind of got to take it with a grain of salt right now. Not with a grain
I'm
of salt,
just. I'm
because
sorry, dude.
at the end of the day, the season is here. We want to see wins,
Yeah,
but this is where the teams who are better prepared, who already have the tools needed to win, are winning right now, and you see that versus the teams who are focused on rebuilding. So you say is just not really doing that well right now. With the
bro,
lack
you
of
gonna tell
with
me,
lack of preparation, and things like that. I mean, listen, I'm
bro? Bro,
it's,
we play in the sorriest division, bro. That's one. Two, I agree with you. The COVID-19 played a huge part for everybody. I get that part. I give you a little leeway with that. But this is when it comes down to reality. You got a guy that you bring in your whole staff from Carolina Panthers, who which were bad last year as well, and you see the new coaching staff over there. Their team is playing way better than us. That's two.
True.
Ron brought his staff over here, bruh. He brought his staff with a bad track record. He brought in the guy who's wet behind the ears, who coached a nice quarter of the season and didn't produce very well with the numbers. And then you got a guy that's O'Donnell who has a report and won a couple of games with Dwayne Haskins, and Dwayne is comfortable on his offense and underneath that scheme. You bring in this dude, yeah, this is my guy, Carolina, everything. He was trying to turn us into the Washington Panthers. And now he like Ron need to come out, bro. And this is why I'm telling you he's on the hot seat. I'm sorry, he's on the hot seat, bro. He won. He's a veteran coach. He's been to the Super Bowl. He knows what he's supposed to be doing. We don't have no run game because he took away our back. We don't have no linemen for real, because he let them walk out the building without putting up a fight. Bruh,
No.
we lost to the 0-5 Giants last week, bruh. And then now we about to lose to another sorry team this week, bruh.
Listen.
There's no listen. He has to get fired. If we lose to Dallas this week, you have to hand him his walking papers, young. And you got to tell Jack Del Rio it's up to you. Win me 5 games, the job is yours. I told Del Rio that. Facts, bruh.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want people to understand is that, again, like, I get that, but I think right now, just Ron Rivera is okay right now with.
He's not okay, bro. We in the sorriest division, bro. Like, we at the point the team can go 6-10 and win the division.
But wait, let me ask you this. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, the Giants are 0-5," and look, you heard me say it last week that when it comes to these division games, it's any given Sunday.
Oh, facts. Yeah. Yes, sir.
And so, guess the game was close. We could have won the game.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
And as great as good as I would like to, boast about, how much talent we have on the team. Let's be real. I mean, we almost just the same as last year.
That's what I'm saying. That feels like we still in the Gruden era.
Well, I don't want to say the Gruden era because I don't want to say the Gruden era. I don't. I don't want to say the Gruden era, man.
Because it's facts. That's why.
No, it's not even facts. Here's the thing, right? There is a toxic aura in Washington Park, and that aura hasn't completely left, right? And you kind of see it with the back end things that's going on with the new allegations with Dan Snyder, with the threats that he so-called has made to the cheerleaders coach. I mean, it's like I said, there's a toxic aura in Washington Park right now, and it's kind of like looming over the team as a whole, and like I said, this whole thing that's going on right now, and I'm going to keep saying it. I'm not using it as an excuse, but I just want people to dial back the criticism just a little bit, because at the end of the day, like I said, we don't have the tools like the other teams who has the tools, who are 4-1, 5-1, or 4-2, teams like that. We don't have the tools like they do. We're still coming from a 3-11 season, mind you. We're still coming after a 3-11 season.
And this comes to another point.
We molded the defensive structure, starting with our defensive line. We have some key talent with our defensive backs, but there is still a lingering hole in the safety position. The offensive side, we still haven't addressed the offensive line situation. That's the foundation of any offense.
Yeah, bro,
I
I'm
don't
hip to
care.
all that.
I don't care what quarterback, what running back you go out to get, what wide receiver you go out to get. That offensive line sets the tone for everything.
It's always in the trenches, bro.
And regardless of the fact of how good they showed up last week with Kyle Allen, it's inconsistent. They can come in Dallas game and give up 7 sacks easily. Easily. So, with the criticisms going on, I get it. It's frustrating. We got this new coach who looked promising in the offseason, but now we're stuck at a standstill right now at what, 1-5?
Yep.
Yeah,
And also, the
we're stuck at
reason
a
why
standstill.
I'm also saying he's in the hot seat, bro, because that dude do nothing but lie. He just lie, lie, and
What has
lie.
he lied about?
Ron Rivera?
Yeah, what has he lied about?
Okay. The dude, I listened to all his press conference. The dude
Yeah,
comes out.
yeah.
Remember, a couple of weeks ago, he came out and said we in a development phase. Then he comes out, turns around, and says, well, since I see the division is wide open, we're gonna really start competing and win some games." Okay. Then I listened to him today. This is what the reporter asked him. They pretty much was throwing shade on Kyle Allen. And this one I was just like, yeah, this was your dude the whole time.
Well, I
He
mean,
comes out, and states this. Yeah, I feel like Cal did everything we wanted him to do. Besides throwing that one interception and the fumble, but he kept us close in the game and he made some plays and everything like that. So then the lady comes out and she was like, "So is there a cutoff time for Kyle Allen, just like it was for Dwayne Haskins?" This is what he comes out and says.
yeah,
"Oh
he
no,
said
there was never a cutoff point for Dwayne. Period. It was not a
no,
cutoff
no,
point."
no. He said there was
He
never.
lied,
No, wait,
bruh.
wait, wait. He know what he said verbatim. What he said was there was never a cutoff point for the starting quarterback.
He lied. He cut Dwayne off. You caught lied, bruh. He needs to
Well, I
learn
mean,
the Belichick syndrome. He needs to stop talking less. Just
well,
talk
I
less,
mean,
bruh. Come
listen.
on.
This it's listen. I don't want to. Honestly, right now, what it's looking like is he just need to build more chemistry with the players, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. And again, like I said, listen, I, listen. Ron Rivera is a headstrong coach, and sometimes being a headstrong coach doesn't really play well with the players who so used to the lax version of a coach. You
All
know,
right. Remember,
so
he also said this. He wants to
the
do things his way.
the chemistry still has to mold there. The chemistry still has to mold there. It hasn't gelled yet. It hasn't gelled yet, and I don't know why people think that this has came together all together. It hasn't came together yet. You obviously see
Bruh,
it.
we're going into week 6.
Listen,
What are we good at on this team? Go ahead, I'll wait.
I mean, we're not good at anything so far. The only thing I can really throw out there, the only
Exactly.
thing I throw out there is the cornerbacks and the defensive line. They're doing their best right now. But listen, like I said, we're coming from a 3-11 season.
And
You
we about
know,
to probably be worse than that again. I'm
hey,
not
we'll
seeing no
see.
improvement.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, and we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go to our next segment, which is which is the Kyle Allen woes, man.
Uh,
We talked a lot about Kyle Allen in the last segment, so it's not really much that we can
must have
really
say.
say, much more to say, for that matter. But
We would
um,
like to hear from the fans on that point. When y'all ask questions, tell us exactly how y'all feel about Kyle. And do y'all think the offense looks better or with him? Do you think you didn't see much of a difference between him and Dwayne Haskins, or you just thought the dude was just trash? Let us know. That's one of the good questions right there. Y'all should answer and let us know
yeah,
for this topic.
definitely. Let us know how you guys feel about Kyle Allen, and later on in the segment with words from the fans, we will showcase your comment.
Yes, sir.
We will showcase your comment, and we'll address it then. All right. We're gonna move on. Is offensive disconnect. Um, of course, you guys heard us talk about Scott Turner a little bit. And I'm gonna say it again. The chemistry between the coaches and the players haven't gelled yet. I get that right now. This week 7, and are you gonna wait till later? Are you gonna wait till now? But something has to happen. And right now, I don't know where they at right now as far as the chemistry, but something has to happen. Something has to come together. And I think Jack Del Rio right now is doing his best job on that defensive side with keeping the guys together. And because these guys are talented. That defensive seven. We had Cole Holcomb come back, made a major impact on that linebacker core. And
I'd rather just have Del Rio as the head coach. That's just my personal intake.
And here's how I feel is like right now, Ron Rivera is going through the with the cancer treatments and stuff like that, and I think that's also taking a toll on him.
And I think he
And
needs to focus on that. Let's be honest and let's be real with ourselves. As real
yeah,
people, he needs
yeah,
to focus on that. It's too
it's
much
just
for him.
honestly, yeah, and I think really you just need to take a seat back, let Del Rio, be the interim coach. But
Thank you.
you also gotta respect Ron Rivera for not letting this cancer beat him, mentally and physically, and
He's an ex-military dude. He ain't gonna do that.
exactly, but I guess we'll see. We're gonna move on to defensive struggles.
Oh wow.
As great as this defensive line is looking, not great, but good.
I'm about to say,
Um,
yeah, they solid.
they're solid. The solid players there. What are the main defensive struggles that you see right now, Brian? That's going on with this defense?
Outside of safety, I just feel like that's too obvious. I'm gonna just have to say, me personally, was struggling on defense is not the, it's the just straight up consistency pass rush. Like
Yeah,
that's just play. I mean, I'm not expecting realistically for this team to get 7 to 8 sacks every week. Uh, like the Philly game, that's just unrealistic. You're not going to average 7 sacks a week. That's just crazy. But
right,
I would like to see some more from a pass rushing standpoint. We have got a little bit better off third down conversion, just a little bit of getting off the field.
right,
Um, I, I just like the safety. I just feel like the safety thing is just really killing us more than anything. The linebackers, sometimes we still don't have a linebacker that can cover tight ends up the seams or just stay with a linebacker. I don't know how Del Rio wants to scheme that. I mean, like you see, like in the first half, the tight ends will burn us up, scorch us, and then he'll readjust and shut them down the second half. But Del Rio just needs to stay shutting down a tight end, period, because that's like one of our weaknesses for years. Um, like I also was telling you a couple episodes ago on our podcast and everything, bro. Uh, right now, the defense is ranked 11th or 12th overall. I'll take that. I'm gonna be
yeah.
really, I'm
Listen,
gonna be honest with you.
there's 32 teams in the NFL,
And
32
to
teams, and out of 32 to be, from 10 to
outside a
12,
little bit outside of the top 10, I'm not mad.
yeah, yeah, I'm
We've
not
been
mad at it,
sorry for years at the bottom.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at it. We racking up interceptions, we getting the sacks, we getting the pass rush. It's a little inconsistent, but listen, I'll take it right now for
Heck yeah.
what we have right now, and how the season has been going. We're gonna move on, which is week 7 matchup against Dallas.
Hmm.
Um, what are the keys for this game, man? I mean, both teams are struggling with injuries. Both teams has their woes right now. Coaching controversy, on both sides.
Uh huh.
You know, um, what are the keys right now with the matchup against Dallas coming up on Sunday?
The matchup. Yeah. Yeah. Just open the door. Sorry about that. No, the key matchup for Dallas game is simple, man. I mean, I just need to see us run the ball, man. Put Peyton Barber in. He's our most biggest, bulkiest back. We need somebody can be a dog and keep the defense off the field and try to keep the chains moving. Um, my best bet is, be honest with you, coaching. Whoever wins the coach battle between Rivera and McCarthy and whoever offensive coordinator steps up and whoever quarterback does can manage the game very well between Dalton and Allen, whoever can manage the game and don't turn the ball over that much and possession of the football, who's going to win the game. And whoever don't beat themselves, that's who's going to win the game.
Well, yeah. So one of the keys one of the keys to this game is one of the keys to this game is blitzing. Um, their offensive line is shot. You
Uh
know,
huh.
it's crashed and burned at this point. You know, look, we're wanting to talk because we have an offensive line that isn't great as well. But Dallas has lost offensive linemen like every week,
Oh
and
yeah, they're done. That's what I'm saying.
so right now, if I was Jack Del Rio, I'll just keep bringing the heat. Just keep bringing the heat. You see, obviously, with the Cardinals game against Dallas, that blitz was just there. That blitz was just there, and right now, that's what needs to happen. We got Zach Martin out and Brandon Knight. Brandon Knight is out. Zach Martin is listed as questionable after suffering a concussion. Um, we're not sure what the concussion protocol is like right now as far as Zach Martin, but Brandon Knight is out after suffering after undergoing knee surgery Tuesday after the Sunday's game after the game Monday night game against the Cardinals. So I mean, this offensive line is struggling as we see. So this will be a great thing for Chase Young and Montez Sweat to rack up these sacks, during the game. So I say blitzing. We have a new addition in wide receiver.
He's not
Um,
playing this week though.
yeah, he won't be playing this week. He won't be playing this week. But this is a slight change with Isaiah Wright being injured, and we just need another guy. We just need another guy, and the talks about Robert Foster coming in. I like him. He has that speed. He has the
Yes,
hands.
he is fast.
He's fast. He has the hands. So I'm excited to see Robert Foster suit up. Pretty soon. Pretty soon. He still has to go
Oh,
through
sorry for
the.
cutting you off. Sorry for cutting you off. Did you and also the Redskin fans? Did y'all hear about the rumors of Will Fuller?
Yeah, the rumors of Will Fuller. I don't
I
think.
hope we
I
can
don't.
get him.
Yeah, I don't think
Woo!
they're gonna go out and get him because he's gonna cost a pretty penny.
I
And I
wouldn't give
mean,
up no more than a third or fourth round for him. He's injury prone. And remember,
yeah,
we took Josh Dotson over him.
yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. I like the thoughts of Will Fuller, but like I said, if it's expensive, I'll go cheap. And right now, Robert Foster was the cheaper. It was the cheaper option.
I mean, yeah, some
Um,
upside to him.
but we definitely got to get Terry McLaurin involved. Terry McLaurin has to have at least 2 touchdowns this game. This would be the game. This would
Man,
be
I'm
the game
feeding
for
him
him.
the ball, bro. He gets 10 to 12 catches tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah,
Sunday.
I agree. And I don't know if you guys have looked at if you guys are using betting apps and things like that. Just to let you guys know that if you guys look on your app right now, what's trending is Terry McLaurin's probability with how many yards he can get against Dallas. So you guys can go on Gambit DC if you guys are betting. Terry McLaurin. I mean, he's been consistent as far as getting yardage. But I think he's going to get over 100 yards. This game.
Nah, he is. He is.
Yeah, I think he's going to get over 100 yards this game. Um, to be honest, I don't.
And
I
don't let
think.
Zeke beat us. Good God, don't let that
Yeah.
man beat us.
See, I don't think right now Zeke is in his head right now. You can see that he misses Dak Prescott. He misses Dak Prescott being on the field, and with their offensive line, crashing and burning, due to injuries and things like that. Um, we got to see. We got to bring the heat. We can't allow to let they have three possible wide receiver ones. You
Yeah,
know,
true, true.
with Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, we
I'm
gotta
not worried about CD right now. It's
we gotta contain them. I mean, it's not as much of a worry, but what you see in CeeDee Lamb is if you let him get hot, if you let him get hot, it's over. You know,
facts.
you know,
Yeah, I guess.
yeah. Like once you start getting the ball rolling, CeeDee Lamb is just he know how to fight for yardage. Same
Man,
thing
he
with
got
Michael
Andy
Gallup.
Dalton the ball, Slim. We better
Hey,
pick
listen,
Andy off at least once or twice.
yeah, and that'd be another key. We have to learn how to get more takeaways than giveaways. We can't fumble and intercept the ball more than 4 times and only getting 2 interceptions. That never ends well. So something has to happen. Something has to happen from that standpoint. Like I said, both teams right now are going through coaches controversy. With Ron Rivera, his message not being clear, and all of a sudden this big anonymous tip that goes out into the media, you know, saying that the Dallas coaches are pretty much saying that they aren't good coaches. They haven't put their players, in great positions to win games, and they know that they're better than what they are right now. And a lot of people say, oh, that's a cheap shot. Why they had to do it anonymously? Why didn't they just
They
come out and
always do
say
it.
it?
No one never comes out and says, "Oh, I said it." It's always anonymous.
Except for
They
DJ
know what's up.
Swerzer.
Oh no, that's hey, I miss him, bro. I swear to God, I miss him, bro.
Yeah, man. But here's what I say to this, and as a player, you don't generally have to go to your coaches, right? But honestly, here's what I say. From the beginning, I didn't think that Mike McCarthy was a good fit for Dallas. I didn't think it was a good fit.
Bro, him, Jay Gruden, and right now for the looks of it, Rivera, I think the league has caught up with them. Their style of playing and everything doesn't work no more.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing. I think that the ship has sailed as far as the type of coaching that these coaches have. But then you can't say that because you still got the Mike Tomlins, you got the Pete Carroll, you got Pete Carroll
Yeah, but
still there.
Pete Carroll has a system, bro.
You're right.
McCarthy
You're
doesn't
right.
have a system. Gruden, he tried to make a system, didn't work, and then you can see Ron doesn't have a system. And I know he just ain't executing his system.
Yes, there's a lot of Dallas fans saying that they want Kellen Moore to take over, and
Woo,
I was like,
woo, woo.
like
They can let Kellen
that.
Moore take over. We can take
I was
some
like,
more of
I'm
them
like,
W's from him.
I'm like, listen, Kellen Moore's not all that, but forget Dallas. This is the HOG-side show. We talking about a lot
Exactly,
more
bro.
than
Yeah,
that,
you
So,
know.
but this matchup right now, it's a toss up. As bad as much as I see the good to come out of this, it's a toss up. I know the team, and I know what they're capable of. I have faith that they can win, but reality bites. Reality bites, and this is a toss up. This isn't a guaranteed win. Ron Rivera even said it in the media earlier today. This is not a guaranteed win. This is not. And he said, I'm not going to look at it as a guaranteed win because you never know. It's any given Sunday.
Last week was
But
a guaranteed win.
but what he also said was that, he's just going to keep, testing his players the way he has been. And, depending on how, they, you know, complete, how they fare out in the test is what adjustments will be made, and, that's just where things at right now. You just it's like I want to say, oh, we're gonna beat Dallas, right? Just like I said last week. Oh, I have no doubts in my mind that we were gonna beat the Giants. So but the Giants beat us, and they had a They had a better game. You know, we had, Scott Turner. Scott Turner went into the media today, and you know, um, he said, we gotta do better. We gotta do better as coaches, and and the players have to do better as well on offense.
We've been
You
hearing that
know,
since week one.
and he said, one thing that we definitely gotta improve on is the execution of plays. And I go back and say this. It's like, in order for plays to get executed, you have to call the right plays.
Yeah.
But even if the plays aren't being called correctly, even if the play scheme doesn't really fit, it's,
You
you
can't even
got
remember the words because you just know it's baloney on that. It's just like they not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
yeah. I mean, and I
And
hate
these
to
are
be that guy.
Ron's guys, bro.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna flat out say it. I miss Bill Callahan as the offensive line coach. And you see the success that they're having with the Browns. Despite the devastating loss that they took, last week. But Bill Callahan has been doing a tremendous job. With that offensive line there. But like, I'm not the one to keep, like, looking back on the coaches that we could have kept, and the players that we could have kept. You know what I'm saying? Like, with Trent Williams, that Trent Williams thing, it was a mutual respect thing. And Trent Williams, just, he didn't want to be here. As bad as Ron Rivera could have easily sat down and the fed him everything that he needed to hear to say. But Ron Rivera, Ron Rivera looked at him, and this isn't a guarantee thing that I'm saying, but my guess is it's like Ron Rivera sat down with him, and he knew that Trent Williams didn't want to be here.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the relationship was dead, but I would have put in a hell of a fort, dog. That's a dude is like a seven-time Pro Bowl player
I mean,
or eight.
it's
You gotta fight for him, bro.
Ron Rivera. I think like Ron Rivera. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be here, if
Then
you
for
don't want to
bye.
play here, then I'm not gonna fight to keep you. You can be an 11-time Pro Bowler. I mean, but if you don't want to be here, why should I waste my time?
All
Why
right,
should I waste my time?
let's go to the next tab and let the fans get they say so.
So, guys, I need you guys to give it to me straight. This is words from the fans. All right, you guys heard us talk for a whole hour. So, but now I want to hear from you guys and see what you guys had to say. Pretty sure you guys had a lot to say. There's a lot of comments that I see up here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and
Let's click
you
on them.
know, let's click on them and see. We got Patrick. The first comment up there is Dan Snyder going to be kicked out.
Come on, Patrick. You know the answer to that. That man ain't selling his team. They trying to
you
get
know,
people
here's
to make him sell his team. Daniel Snyder ain't going nowhere, man. We going to
mm,
live and die with the brother. In the story.
here's the thing. There's a lot of things that is going on with Dan Snyder that a lot of people might not see because Julie Donaldson and this whole marketing and content team has been doing a very good job
Heck
of
yeah.
not letting the effects of Dan Snyder and what he's going through with the allegations and the misconduct that has been going on for the years inside of the organization. They are not letting this overshadow the rebuilding phase for this team. So is he going to get kicked out? I don't know. And
You
I want to say
CJ, you know
sure,
the answer. You know the answer to
but
that, bro.
what I do know is that owners can be voted out by the owners committee in the NFL. They can be voted out.
Oh yeah.
That yeah,
That's yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
definite thing. He can be voted out. You know, and that's only up to the NFL committee. So I'm going to say I don't know. It doesn't look like it's likely, but I guess we'll see. Um, Next thing is Steve. What is going on with these injuries, man? I wish I can listen. I wish I can ask you just the same, but this goes to me. going back to me as I've been saying for the whole season, there's been no practice, there's been no training camp, there's been no well, there has been a few training camps, but there has been no OTAs. You guys know that on a regular day on a regular year football year in the off season, you know the chemistry starts once the Super Bowl ends. Once players get drafted, the young guys come in, they build the chemistry with the old players. The players get in chemistry with the coaches. Then the OTAs start, and then the training camp starts. Then preseason starts. None of that happened this year. So, the injuries that could have happened during the off season and during the preseason are happening now. And that's just all around the NFL.
Yeah, that's all around there. I was about to say
Yeah,
everybody from everyone's team is
that's
hurt.
all around. Yeah, that's all around the NFL. I was looking at the injury list on ESPN throughout the whole NFL, and everybody has at least 10 to 15 players that is on the injury list, and this is
But this was
crazy.
suspected. This was suspected to happen, and
Yeah,
then you can't mention out the COVID-19 thing as well. It's got players sitting down; they can't play. They got to wait
yeah,
a whole week.
definitely. So Steve asked us. We already touched on that. What do you guys think of Kyle Allen's performance last week? Yeah,
That's
we
my
already touched
answer
on
is
that. Yeah, I mean, some things that I like, and there was a lot of things that I didn't like, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
all right.
Um, we got a good question from Darius. Do y'all think Alex Smith is ready for this weekend, or do we need to look out for a new quarterback?
Look out for a new
Um,
quarterback. No
Honestly,
Alex Smith.
listen, I'm just gonna say what I've been saying all year, and all season is that I don't want to see Alex Smith go out there with the status of our offensive line and stuff like that. If I knew for a fact that we had an actual offensive line like the Colts have, then I say sure, throw him in. Let's see what happens. But that isn't the case right now in Washington. So that isn't the case right now. So
Uh,
um and again with this, do we need to look out for a new quarterback? Here's the thing. I don't want to hear anything about what other player that we need that needs to come in. If it's not a safety or an offensive lineman, I'm not entertaining it at this point.
Respect or a
Um,
running back or a running
yeah,
back.
no, even then, because your running back is going to be just as good as your offensive line. You see what happened. You see what happened with Zeke in the Cardinals game. That offensive
Yeah.
line broke down, and Zeke was obsolete. So your running back is just as good as the offensive line that he's carried behind. So right now I think we need to go out for an offensive lineman. If we do go 3-13 like last season, I'm going out for Panay Sewell. That's who I'm going out for. the top offensive lineman in the draft in the draft prospects right now.
Is he a
So
tackle?
yeah, he's a tackle.
Oh, I was about to say, if it ain't a tackle, you don't take no other offensive lineman in the first round, bro.
No, you do take a guard. You do take guards as well.
I
But
mean, yeah, we have,
yeah,
we have.
but mainly tackles. I do agree with you on that. We have Daryl. This entire season deserves an
Deserves it.
asterisk.
Hey,
That was
Daryl, yeah, you wow, bro.
Yeah, that was definitely a joke that I made out during the finals during
Yeah, for
the
the
NBA
for the
finals.
NBA finals, yeah.
Yeah, and I asked should the season have an asterisk beside him, but
Nah, man, that was
we
funny as
have
hell. Just though,
yeah. um and
Ray.
Ray said this is a vet coach, yes, yet he still got to build more chemistry with his players. As I said before, there isn't as much chemistry right now that is building. With him being a veteran coach, with him being Ron Rivera, and we've seen how Ron Rivera operates with his, stand still, structure and stuff like that as far as coaching, and players nowadays doesn't respond well to that. So it's just all about chemistry and building it together. Um, Ray again says, throw this whole season away, including my Niners season. The Niners
Nah, that no. He
Niners are
can't say
struggling
that.
right now.
No, okay,
as
they
as
struggling a little bit, bro. But you got to
yeah
think about it. They were still balling with second and third string players, bruh. Are you get what I'm saying?
yeah. We got Darius
Darnell's
again, like I said,
offense is beyond trash. It's hot garbage. That's exactly what it is, bro. It's hot garbage. You know it. It's not trash. It's
oh
hot
man,
garbage. It's
oh
sad, bro.
man.
It's sad.
And then we have
CJ, you wild, bro.
then we have Miss Love again. She's
She
been
says,
very
I'm not
interactive
ready.
the last
Miss
podcast
Love,
that
how
we
you
did.
doing? She
Um,
says I can feel the embarrassment coming on now.
yeah, she said, I'm not
Ah,
ready for them
man.
to play Dallas. I can feel the embarrassment coming on now. And deep down in my soul, I feel that. I feel that. Because, I wanna be that fans like, oh yes, we're gonna dominate Dallas. We're gonna
We
run
just
Dallas.
realists.
We're gonna
We just
run
real
we're
fans,
gonna run
man.
circles around them. But then, as a sports journalist and a sports analyst, I'm like, well,
I agree with you. Yeah.
you know, let me get a drink while I'm watching this game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long game, but I have high hopes. I think we can pull a win off if you know
Though, if
if we
we can
give
beat Dallas, bro, and then if we beat Dallas, we move back up to first place.
yeah
So
yeah.
I need them to understand how big this game is this week. Even though we trash, so we is trash.
And Ariel said we need to think this over next year. Think what exactly? Are you talking about the Ron Rivera situation or the offensive line situation? What exactly? Because if you're talking about the offensive line situation, look, I'm gonna pray on a miracle, okay, that somebody actually invested inside of this offensive line somewhat. I would
Bro,
like
if
to
they don't
see,
address receiver, running back, tight end,
you
the
know,
offense, period. They need to put effort into this offense for the
but
next quarterback.
one thing that I do want to point out is that, and I made the statement last, no, not in the last 20 or 48 hours, is that there are four serviceable offensive linemen on the free agent list right now. We have Josh Klein, a little seasoned, but I mean, he only allowed 2 sacks in the last 900 plus snaps.
Quick question: is there any offensive lineman from Tennessee Titans that's going to be in free agency next year?
Yes, yes.
And I have a feeling all of them going to get paid or franchise tag.
Well, they're definitely they either going to get franchise tag or they're going to get paid again. So, yeah, but there are also a lot of offensive linemen that are going to be in the free agent this offseason. But as far as right now, there are a few serviceable offensive linemen um that are actually on the actual the trade list right now. And so just trying to pull it up right now. 1 second. Yeah, so one of the guys that are up here that I really respect to a high regard is um 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I had the
Oh
article
no,
here. I'm not sure where it went. Um,
what article is it?
it was an article that I was looking at about the offensive linemen that were available right now, the top five.
I was about to say, don't worry, but we'll save that for the next segment for the next show.
Yeah, we'll definitely save
Make it
that for
more
the next
easier.
show. Depending on how things go in this Dallas game, we'll definitely see how things go. Um, we're gonna. This is all that we have for today. I know it was a lot, but you guys have been very great with interacting and
Heck
commenting.
yeah.
Definitely continue to keep coming to our shows. You guys make this happen. We're just here to give you guys the content. So as long as you guys come visit us, we're gonna keep doing this every week. You can follow us on Facebook at the HOG-side and on Twitter at the HOG-side. You see it down there at the bottom. For more daily updates. You
Yeah,
have guys
follow us
have any
on Twitter,
questions?
man.
Yeah, if you have any questions, for us throughout the week, you can definitely follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you guys are watching via YouTube, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's right there as well. But definitely follow us on Facebook at the Hog-side. If you're a Washington football fan, just follow us, and we'll be giving updates daily. As far as the Washington football team goes, you can catch our show also on Facebook and YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every week. That is every week with a capital E.
You wild, yeah.
But but definitely. Again, my name is CJ. I'm CJ the Hog. This is Brian the DMV champ. We want to thank you guys, and you guys have a great night.
Man, we see you next week. Peace.